Professor Israeli. Basically, all the arguments he proposed, which supported his statement, are actually, we can contradict them from history point of view. What happened in history? If we look at around 1800, we see that the West was getting stronger and stronger. The West was developing economic power based on having colonies. We had a very big Ottoman Empire, which also had a lot of basically colonies. It was an empire. People in the West, especially in the UK, developed all these technologies started to develop, like the train and all these other things. Both of the empires, the Ottoman Empire and the Western empires, led by the UK and France and Holland as well, because they were all colonies. Holland wasn't as big as France and the UK. They both had this superiority feeling. Both felt very strongly, we are the best. Now what happened to bring Europe down was, first there was the First World War, which a lot of young men went into the First World War with full of ideals, and they were going to, you know, the war would be over in a couple of years, a couple of months actually. They came back, most of them were shell-shocked or died, and that completely changed their worldview. Because the way that war was fought was completely different from the way before wars were fought. Then on top of that, we got an economic depression in the 30s, and on top of that, we got a Second World War, in which the Jews particularly were singled out and haunted. So after the Second World War, there was this enormous guilt. Before that, the Jews were sort of tolerated, but still not at all accepted in many, many countries, even in Holland, where they went for, you know, since the Middle Ages. They fled from Spain to Holland. They also fled from Spain to the Middle East. Still, they were not completely fully accepted. There was no, like Mr. Satardien said, there was no Judeo-Christian thing. So, after the Second World War, we had this major guilt feeling, because we realized in the West that the Christians